when we can start and we'll go then.
Yes. Um, Hello, everyone. This is Uma Salati welcoming you all to PMC New York. Today, we are going to have the final and practical session of Soul Plan. You might have been attending the last few sessions of Soul Plan, which were presented by Gaurav Paliwal. This session is very important because we are going to apply whatever we have already learned. Um, I'm welcoming Gauravji to take over. Welcome, Gauravji.
Thank you very much, Vimaji, and all the masters joining directly or indirectly. We are together in this journey of Soul Plan, and today it will help us recapping as well as getting into the practical. That means how can you find what's your soul plan without taking any external help. That means, of course, you can do a workshop, you can do a lot many other things to find out, but what are the things that anybody can do? That is the key question, that without going anywhere, without doing anything, if you can do it, that means really your destiny is in your hand. And that is the most important thing. Once we understand this, then it becomes easier. You can really get yourself, in a better position once you understand. And that's our aim. Once it is clear, then it's easy to do it. Uh, uh, Now, some of the participants, if who are not muted, if you could mute, please, that would help. There's some background noise. And in this, I would really encourage everyone, you bring your own topics, your own kind of review your life and try to decode. And then you will have more questions or, questions that can really take you to the practical side. What we have been discussing a lot in these sessions have come from Robert Schwartz and Sonia Schuket, two great authors, persons who have done a lot of work. Uh, Soul plan is something that you may refer, different masters may go differently, but here we are referring to the theory and two workshops that I had attended and live, like people sharing what they found out during their past life regression and multiple or in between life regression. So how to identify a soul plan, like in simple way. This is what I have used on myself after understanding. So this is just basically the simple way decoding yourself. Uh, you know, Key points what one has to be very clear about. Life challenges generally run counter to your hope, your expectation. That's why we call them challenges. Otherwise, why would we call them challenges? Because your expectation is going north, life takes you to south, and then you say, my life has a lot of challenges. But that's how universe plan. That's how your soul plan, your whole, the life in human form generally works. You have to check, are you in denial mode? Because as a human, in a way to protect ourselves, the mind says, no, 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 don't worry, you are right. Or you don't have this problem. It's trying to protect you, but in a way you stay in denial mode. That means you will not be able to fix. Because in order to fix something, you have to accept it first. Without accepting, we cannot fix it. And then you have to identify contrast in your life. Like we have talked about this concept of contrast. Only you can review, identify, and say, okay, yes, I do see certain elements, and I do see the challenges that are really going in a opposite direction to my hope. And if you have challenges, do you have this feeling that you're gonna beat your challenge? Sometimes we have this strong emotion that I gonna beat, and you think it is positive because obviously you have to stay positive. Everybody, say stay positive, be strong, but in order to be strong, you don't have to have this extremely strong like feeling which gives you I gonna beat. Means what happens? It starts going against you. Bit of negativity comes. Another key thing that we have discussed that we have to keep in mind is victim consciousness. One way you look at things, you feel it's very comforting. The other way you look at things and you will find that, oh, I'm always staying in victim mode. It happens to all of us time to time. Only way is understand, and then it's easy to overcome. What is victim consciousness? That I blame events or people in my life for my misery. I say, what can I do? I'm a victim of this. My boss is such, my colleagues are such. I'm good, but they are bad. They put me into this mode. So if you are blaming someone else for anything and everything happening in your life, be careful. And then we look at resistance. There is always one or two items. There could be more, but identify the top maximum 3 items that we have resistance. We know certain items we should switch, change, and we say, no, it's very difficult. Or in a way, your soul is calling for something and we are resisting. And when you have understood something is going against you and still you don't change, that's really not good. That means your soul has reached to a level where it's identified what's wrong. It could be your ego, it could be anything that you have identified, yes, this is my shortcoming. But you are not able to cross that wall. You are able to jump that, whatever is the resistance. So this we have to keep it in mind because these are the simple factors in life that will help you identifying what potentially could be your soul plan. Now, let's put it in a simple form. Identify things that really makes your heart sing. There's always something that you really want to do. There is always something that, sometimes we say, I can do this whole day. For some, it could be singing. For some, it could be music. For some, it could be cooking. Anything, doesn't matter. You say, no, this thing is really close to my heart. I can do it all day long. No complaint. And the moment even anybody requests that part, you don't mind. You said, yeah, here you go. You're ready to do that. So identify what are those things. If you have only one, find out what it is. And then once you know, okay, this thing I really like, see if anything is repeating related to that in your life or not. Repeating means it happened, say, for example, yesterday, it had happened last month also, or it had happened last year, 3 years back, and you see a pattern that, yes, this situation or this thing is happening again and again. If you are not able to identify, if you are struggling, just keep thinking, keep going down on your memory lane as back as when you were 7 years old. If you can identify certain things, very good. If not, then you go beyond 7, means when you were younger, less than 7. Because after 7 years of age, we switch. Because till then we are absorbing, we are learning from others. And then we switch from subconscious to conscious mind. So it's very important that we try to recollect. If you are not able to recollect, you may take help of your siblings. elderly people in your family. They may remember what you used to do, what you have gone through, what had happened, when you were very young. So don't hesitate, take help, identify when did it happen, what were the situations, circumstances around it, what were the events. You'll be able to understand much clearly. Now, this may seems a lot, but actually it's not. Once you start doing it, first time it may take time, but then it will come very easily, naturally. Then you will understand the process. All you are trying to do, first you see what really you like, then you see is there a repeat pattern? If there is, identify, try to go as back as you can, take help of people around you who may remember, who may give you the details. Now, not only what makes you sing, what makes you dance is important, but also what makes you sad. And then the same steps will follow. That process remains the same. Why it is important? Because see, we say happiness, sadness, or good, bad, black, white. These are all our terms. For soul, it doesn't matter. In physical form, language, our life, we use those. For soul, it's just an experience of emotion. Doesn't matter, it's happiness, sadness, whatever it is. So if something is there that makes you sad, it's important. There is a reason it's making you sad. We have liking, disliking. A kid is born, and soon after that, the people around start realizing, oh, he likes this, he doesn't like that. Where is that liking, disliking coming from? A toddler, haven't learned, haven't seen the world, but we are born with that liking or disliking, or having some opinion about certain things. It may be coming from your previous life. It may be coming, what we typically say, genes. Basically, it has information of your 22 generations. So you never know which generation has given you that homework that, okay, in this life, you will be doing this, this, this. And we are here to fulfill that soul, whatever the plan is, whatever the task is, that, okay, I have to experience this in this life. And then you keep going on. And this way, the soul progress towards mukti, liberation, nirvana, whatever we may call it. After you've identified your happiness and sadness kind of issues, identify if you have biasness. Are you judgmental? Very key important points. Whatever you are judging in others, actually, in a way, you are judging yourself. You may not know what has happened in the past, but it is coming from somewhere. If you didn't have the trait that you judge, you would either be unable to recognize another, or you would not judge even if you see it. So if you're judging, that means it has a connection with you. If you have biasness, there is a connection. Same process repeat. These are very simple yet very powerful tool, when we are trying to dig. They are right in front of our eyes. We don't accept, or we don't recognize, or just because we are not aware, we see them and don't do anything. We have talked about being judgmental. People are judgmental about how other people talk, how other people walk, how other people dress, how people, color of skin or their habit. It could be n number of things. The point is you are judgmental, find out about what are the things that you have the biasness. If you are biased, biasness is there is a connection. Now, after all this, find out what are the things which are repeating in your life and increasing in intensity over time. So you have gone through, all these steps. You have identified, okay, this is my sadness, or this is my happiness factor, this is my judgmental nature, this is my bias. All those things you have identified. Out of that, not everything may be repeating and also increasing in intensity. So whichever is increasing, that comes, on the top. And out of things which are repeating, whichever is increasing in intensity over time, that comes on the very top. Now, what we mean by repeating and increasing intensity. So suppose something happened 6 months before. Say, if it is financial thing, I lost, say, $100. That was 6 months ago. 3 months ago, I lost 1,000. So from 100, it went to 1,000. Last month, I lost 10,000. So when I'm thinking, I say, yeah, that's true. There is a pattern. This happened, then this happened, then this happened. I'm having regular financial losses, and not only I'm having, but the dollar value is increasing. That's what we mean by increasing in intensity. If you have a relationship problem, you'll say, yeah, last year I had this issue with my neighbor. 6 months ago, I had this issue with my colleague, but then it really went over and, things escalated, this, that, and the other. And then you say, yeah, last month happened in my family and it really got very bitter and all those things. So you can see not only it's happening, but intensity is increasing. That means it is going from what we say bad to worse. This is important. Things that you may have acknowledged but not accepted. Why we stay in denial mode? Because you are blaming others. Victim consciousness, right? No, no, it's not me, it's others. So it's very simple. Once you start thinking, it will come right in front of you. And if you are still in denial mode, you may not recognize. So if you have someone you trust, it could be your spouse, it could be anyone, you can discuss this topic with that person. That, hey, do you think there is something, am I judgmental? Do I have biasness? And the person may open up, yeah, 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 I've seen you do this, this, this. Oh, really? I don't think so. Then you will know that you are in denial mode, but these things exist. Another good way of knowing if you're in denial mode is if all the answers you say, I didn't find anything, I'm perfect. For sure, there are certain things that you are not accepting. That means you better take help of someone. Once you have found these things, then again, same process, write them down, go back, find out exact details, and prepare that list. What do we do next? Find out what your false beliefs are. False beliefs means your story, whatever you have kind of, believed in it in a way that you have formed up that, yes, this is who I am. Your story about you. And typically it will be negative. Oh, I cannot do this. I'm not good in that. There will be certain things that you are pulling yourself down. False beliefs, just like biasness or judgmental nature, there is a reason you have those. Everyone has something or the other which we feel, oh my God, I'm having a tough time. Okay, find out what emotions you're suffering is highlighting. Whatever suffering in your words, in your terms you have, and then find out, okay, which emotions are highlighted by that suffering. Someone can have relationship issues, someone can have, growth, career, life, money. I mean, there could be many, many different variety of things that you may be going through. How are you with respect to your emotional independence? Like we were talking about victim consciousness. Do you blame others? What are those things? If you are in denial mode, again, you may not, see details. But again, if you take help, then you'll be able to find out. Just by doing these simple things, you will come to a point where you say, okay, what am I doing? First thing, most critical, any person or event, that means situation, environmental, people, doesn't matter, event, situation, or the person, creating any stress, any problem in your life, don't hate that thing. Don't hate the person, don't hate the event or situation or environmental factors. That's your plan. You have planted that in your life. You requested that person that come in my life and do this to me for your benefit. Your means soul's benefit. We just don't know. So paper pencil is what I do. You may do it digitally, you may do whichever, but I personally like paper pencil. Why? When you're writing, it connects to your brain. Digitally, yes, you may type it and you can say my fingers are moving, yes. But when you write, it has better connection to the brain. Choice is yours, but yes, you have to identify. Do more of what makes you sing. That's what you need to do. Your soul is telling you this is what you like. This is your choice. So keep doing it. Anytime you identify a small or big thing that, yes, I really like doing this. Okay, do more of this or add in your list. Things that are making you sad, you have to first accept. Without accepting, you're not going anywhere. We cannot, you know, imagine that I'm not accepting, but I will fix it. Doesn't happen. First step is acceptance and then overcome. It takes time, let it be. Have it in your action plan. And that's okay. Let it take time. We are not saying in 1 week it should be all done. Whatever you have identified, your biasness, judgmental, work on it. Now, first question may come to your mind, work on it how? If I'm judgmental, it's deep rooted in me. How can all of a sudden I give up my judgmental nature? So what you may have to do is accept people as is. Whatever strength or weaknesses a person may have, you have to accept the person, whether your spouse, your kids, your other family members. Don't dictate that I want you to be like this. I want you to be that. No. There is a reason they have their own plan, soul plan, purpose of life. So don't interfere in theirs. And it becomes very tricky subject. As a parent, if I see my child doing something, will I not go and stop? Will I not change that behavior? Where do we draw the line that, okay, I will respect the person as is, and where I would say, no, this is not acceptable. So the more you get into this, the more clarity you will get. That means as you start accepting people as is, you start from small thing, and then your sadhana will take you that now you can accept even bigger things. Don't jump straight away that 0 to 100, I have to jump in one go. So anytime you, kind of struggle and you say, okay, where is the, draw the line somewhere. Okay, you say, okay, I'll start with this small. Fine, start. And then as you go up, you will see you are able to accept more and more issues with the people, issues with the situation. And as we said before, the first priority has to be the items which are repeating and increasing in intensity. That is universe message to you, screaming on your face that please Just like you use GPS and don't follow the instruction, it keeps saying, make a U-turn, make a U-turn. Still you don't listen, obviously, GPS cannot help. So what universe does? Universe says, I'm increasing the intensity. Still we don't, whether we are unaware or we are aware, but still we are not accepting or not fixing things, what will happen? Universe will keep on increasing the intensity to a point where you have to stop. Example, you may have a small cut, you may have a next level, you may have a fracture, cut was simple, fracture, you may lost some time, you still didn't recognize, you may end up with surgery or you may end up in ICU. That, okay, now you have to stop. That's what happens in us. But what happens, somebody is in ICU, we start thinking, oh my God, tough time, bad stars, bad luck, all those kind of thing comes. What we have to see is, why did we ended up with this high intensity thing? Were there enough signals with a small intensity and we missed them? That's what we need to see. Missed. Now you have reached here. Still isn't what's in your hand is accept. At least here you accept that, okay, done is done. Let me find out what I need to change in myself. Not others. Don't try to change the world. The only person you are changing is you yourself. It's your soul plan. So it's never too late. Come back, do these simple steps. You will find out. I did. It was so simple. Yes, sometime, not all, some points you may struggle in accepting. It's like 50-50. Half the brain is saying, yeah, buddy, you have this problem. Other half is saying, no, I don't have this problem. And that's what you go back and forth. That's okay. Take your time, accept. And once you have accepted, then start the fixing. It may take time, but don't worry. That's life. So, masters, it may sound big, it may seem complicated, yet we have these simple tools which anyone can use. I mean, reviewing your own life, what could be simpler than that? And then you have to work. That is the hard part. So, chaliye, back to you, Umaji. And if anybody has any questions, then we can take. And if
Thank you,
someone has
Gauraji.
worked on their own points, it will be more interesting.
Sure. Thank you so much, Gauraji. Because we all know that we have a plan. The soul has a plan in this lifetime, and we are here to learn things. But we have the veil also, so we don't realize what's our plan is. This workshop is really, really helpful for all of us to find out our soul plan. And these are simple things, but they help us identify really why we are here and why we are encountering these issues. Before anyone else, actually, I have a few questions, Gauraji. Can I ask you?
Absolutely. Go ahead, please.
Um, Say, for example, you said that our ancestors also give us some work to do in this lifetime. According to my understanding, we are individual souls, right? We are not group souls like animals. And why the ancestral baggage is there for us to fulfill or to work on?
It's a good question, but it's not a question of I dump something on others kind of thing. If we follow the soul family concept, right? And the repetition of your birth, that means, okay, if we say total 400 times, out of which human life could be whatever, right? Say 100 times or whatever number. That means one thing is clear. No one can say why 100, why 50, but okay, repetition is happening, that is clear. Now, in repetition, and this, like what I have seen in both the workshops, when people were sharing their experiences on the past life and in between life regression, it was very common that the same people were rotating. That, okay, this person gave me this, or in previous life, this was my, or say, for example, this person was my sister and now is my daughter. Or in the previous I was the son, now I'm the mother. Those kind of situation. What we
Yeah.
typically say in a soul family means your combination is happening within a number of souls,
Yes.
right?
We
So
come
what?
as a group, like to fulfill and to achieve something and to progress our souls. But the thing
Yes,
is, why this baggage?
yes, I'm coming to that. So what happens is when the masters are planning, there is a kind of a forum, you can say, where masters means basically the soul which are still up there. They become our master. And then is the planning takes place that, okay, you are learning this, because in the previous life you had, the soul says, I did not learn this, or I want to learn that. And then you are combining that, okay, I'm combining that this person has this strength. I want this. So I talk to other soul and say, would you mind teaching me this? Say, okay, then, and then we decide what role. Okay, spouse, parents, whatever, children. Now, what happens is, imagine that, say, um, when the mom is about to conceive, right? Whatever is the behavior of parents or people around you is getting impacted in the mother, because ultimately through mother then it's going to the child.
Yes.
So that is a, I'm just calling it a gift, free gift, that the child is receiving
Yes.
from directly from the parents first, and then people around. So this becomes the energy in the child, and again is part of the soul plan. But how the energy comes, whether you say emotions or anything, because everything is energy, and that's how it gets a little complicated. That you, of course, it is happening as per the soul plan, but certain things you are bringing yourself, certain things you are getting around, and certain things you will get after coming here.
Mm.
And then the life goes on depending on your free will. You had one plan, but then free will decide what actually happens.
Mm.
So you may have come that, okay, I will go north and south, but all of a sudden after north, you went east and then you went west. So your path started deviating. And this
Right.
is what happens, that when we come, our energy, or whether we call DNA, and they say 22 generations and all. So every energy has an impact on something. And then
Mm.
your free will be decided by a, you can say, like a net resultant. Like one person is pulling this way, other person is pulling that way, third person that way. So where will the net force will be depending which who is the stronger. So that's why our horoscope at the time of birth is only at the time of birth. That when you were born, this was supposed to happen.
Mm.
Now, after X number of years, depends on how you use your free will. So don't blame the person who made your horoscope that you don't know what you're talking. No, you change you use a different free will. You, instead of north, you went south. What can I do? So
Right.
horoscope is only at the time of birth. If you follow what you were supposed to, yes, it will match.
Mm.
But when I will not say misuse, but when your free will takes you in a different direction, then the deviation starts. And this is where, this whole thing of ancestors and all those things comes.
Right. I have another question. Say, for example, we have identified our repetition of incidents
Mhm.
and our intensity also. So, how to find a remedy? For example, um, my tenants are not paying on time, example.
Mhm.
And that is not only happening with one property, with other properties also, and other tenants also. So, somehow it is getting resolved, but it is happening repeatedly. So, how to
Mhm.
find solutions for those things, and how do I understand the reason behind it?
Okay. So that's a good question because every person will have a totally unique story, right? You
Mm,
have a unique situation.
mm,
Even if two people have the tenant issue, but the issue will be different.
mm,
What is happening, the way it is happening, repetition will be different. So what you have to see is that, okay, what it is telling me, something I may have done before that I'm trying to fix.
mm,
What ultimately it is giving you, it is giving you a bit of runaround, it is a bit of challenge, right? So as I said, two people with the same scenario may have different learnings. One could
mm,
have a communication learning that, okay, I did not clarify this before, or I was lazy, I did not do the paperwork, now I left some loopholes, right?
mm.
Where did I miss?
Right.
Was I lazy? Was I not detailed enough? Did I not communicate? Or am I too harsh on them? Am I not understanding their situation? And I'm saying, doesn't matter. I am the landlord, you are the tenant, pay me. I don't need to know your personal life.
Mm,
So there could be many such factors that, okay, do I have empathy? Do I have, you know, and then you see what is it that this example is making you learn.
mm,
And that may be your learning path out of all this. And the best part is when you learn, you will see they will start paying on time. And this happens all the time. Whatever, in your
For me,
example,
it
I'm
is.
just saying.
Okay.
So different people will have different examples. The point is, when you really learn, you check mark your thing, that
Mm,
event or situation automatically changes without you doing anything
mm,
because now you have learned. If it is not changing, means it's still, you may think I have done everything. Think again, there is something missing because if it is repeating again and again, that means something is still not learned.
mm. Okay.
That's how it happens.
Thank you so much, Gauravji. Yeah.
You're
Um,
welcome. One last thing before we go to others or your questions. One thing you all have to always, as a golden rule, remember, masters, universe is never trying to punish you. All of this is for us kind of pass the grade, go to the next level, go to the next higher level. As a human, we feel my life is, going through a rough patch, bad phase, my sitare gardish mein, my stars are misaligned. All those thinking is physical body thinking. Universe is never punishing, soul never punishing. Whatever way you understand, it is trying to get you there. So never have negativity around it. Otherwise, we miss the boat because then the negativity is negative energy. It will again block our progress.
right. Very good. Thank you, Gauravji. If anyone else has any questions, please put them forward. And here we have Gauravji to answer them.
They're the best students, and everybody got it right. So,
I can ask one question. Gauruji, so you mean people around us, they influence our soul plan, right? Because we are influencing by them most of the time, even if we don't want to, but yeah, we see them and we are like, oh, let's do this because they are doing, right? So if I don't know my soul plan, I'm following someone else, right? So other souls are influencing my soul plan. That's correct?
see, flip it around. Your soul plan is your soul plan. No one else is kind of telling you what to do. And soul plan, that's why we say soul plan and pre-birth planning. Pre-birth planning because it is already planned before you came. So people may be influencing you. However, your soul plan was prepared before you entered this physical body. Okay. So you have all the freedom, continue exactly
Mm,
as per the plan, or use your free will which may take you a little off track, and then you may achieve whatever. You get 50% end of the life, 70, 80, whatever that may be, because you get influenced by others.
Then
So
how we know like I'm following my plan, like soul plan?
exactly. So first is, what is a soul plan? What is pre-birth planning? That concept one has to understand. Once you understand that, then you have to dig and find out what we did in today's session to identify, okay, I am here to learn 1, 2, 3, right? It won't be list of 20. Top 3 item you have identified. And then if you work on those 3, you will see that, okay, you have been pulled in different directions. Somebody is influencing you one way, right? Say, suppose you are giving up anger. You are trying to understand others' point of view. But time to time, you will be poked because universe will test you. Have you really understood? And initially, I may, lose my mind. I may get angry, all those things. But slowly, I realize that, now I don't get upset so easily. That means I'm improving. And the moment I have improved enough, you will see people will stop poking me. Those people who are poking you today, they will disappear from your life without you telling them anything, without you doing anything to them. Why? Because you have learned the lesson. Why were they poking you? You requested those souls before coming here, pre-birth, that please come in my life at this stage and do this to me to ensure that I learn this topic. So those people who we think are our enemies, actually our best friends. They accepted the villain's role in our life. So if you hate anyone, stop hating. If you strongly dislike anyone, stop disliking. What you should be doing? Hug your enemy.
So they all are our teacher, right? Teachers.
Yes.
Mhm. Good.
They're
Thank you so
partner.
much.
They're partner in crime. They accepted, okay, I will poke you so that you learn this, and they might have also requested you do this so that I learn, or maybe not necessarily 100%. It has to be a two-way traffic. It could be just one way, that okay, you teach me this, and that person or that soul will learn from someone else.
Yes.
Closer you are, like siblings, spouse, parents, and all, the more two-way traffic happens. People who come in your life for one day, one moment, one incident, it may be a one-way thing, but that one way could be that strong that can change your path. Some people you will remember, oh yeah, I just met him once and he changed my thinking, or he did this, influenced me positively. Sometimes negatively also.
Yes. Chandni ji, did you watch our previous videos of Soul Plan?
Not really. I will check it out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think it's a playlist. If not, I will put them in a playlist, so you will get all of them in a series.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thanks,
Welcome, sir.
Chan. Anyone else?
So I have a question. So
David.
I mean, I have thoroughly followed and been following this implementing the soul plan or the theory part. And I had always one question which you always mention when I've been listening to this soul plan within our group as well. How do you know soul plan? Is that whatever you feel, bottom of the heart, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, which you want to do or something like that, like inner calling or whatever you see, right? That you can say soul plan. Am I right? So, Gaurav?
That is one big factor. What makes you sing from that perspective? Then the soul is telling you that, yes, I love this.
Okay. So let's say there's one question. So let's say my second question. Say if I followed that my inner calling or something, whatever you big push, and you're doing that, or I mean you want to go somewhere or something like that, right? So I went there. I feel like a trip or anything, but suddenly got a certain strange experience, better experience, or whatever sudden things have changed. If you go for a pleasant experience, but it's feeling that it's my soul plan, but it did not suddenly things change, let's say. So, okay, that also we need to accept as a soul plan. Am I right?
Well, it depends because pleasant or
No, I see
whatever,
pleasant or
these
unpleasant.
are
What I'm saying, whatever the experience.
physical
Yeah.
body's term. For soul, it is just an experience.
Yeah, so we can consider. What I mean is, I do agree that. So it's an experience. So we need to. It's part
Yes.
of our soul plan, right? But here, my main question is, which have been not clarified from many years, is where is the free will coming to picture? Let's say in this example,
Mhm.
right? I mean, this is one example, but anyone can have their like free will, because let's say whatever you think to do something else, or you want to go anywhere, whatever you want to do it, either from your mind or from your heart, you do it. So whatever accept, whether you were doing it from your mind or heart, even though you did not recognize it, but whatever happened is surely it's your soul plan, right? Whatever
Okay.
happens, the result will be the soul plan. But
Yeah.
here, what I'm saying is only thing in my control, whatever through mind or my heart or inner pulling, you will do it. That is your free will. I can understand that. But whatever happens in the life, either you meet different people or suddenly fell down, or whatever you do it in day to day, everything. I think if it is not part of, or you meet different people, so everything I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is it part of the soul plan only? The ultimate results is soul plan. Am I right?
See, because
Experience.
your
Results means
question,
experience. Yeah.
right, your question is combination of soul plan and free will. So I will answer that because it says a both combination. So what happens? I have a plan, as we were talking, that at the time of birth, okay, this was my status. I'm at ground zero. And then I start moving. And now I may follow my plan or deviate my plan. So where is the free will coming? Example, today I am very angry person, right? So my free will take me towards a direction which is a reflection of angerness, right? Because I'm an angry person, my natural reflection will be that if someone pinches me, I'm gonna slap that person, right? That means my free will is taking according to at that time who I am. Now I come across sadhana, meditation, whatever, right? Now in 2 years, my nature has changed. I understood that two-way can happen. Naturally can happen, or by understanding it can happen. The moment you go do meditation and all, you become a calmer person because of the natural calming down of the brain, waves, and everything. So net result is after 3 years, I am a calmer person. I don't get upset easily. So same situation comes today, right? But I behave totally differently because now I'm no more an angry yo-yo or angry zombie kind of person who's just all over the place. So what is the difference in these two examples? My work and my current state. So I still have a free will. How will I react? But now I'm reacting differently than I reacted 3 years before. And this is where the free will also changes as you change. Free will is what option you're going to pick. So when you are 5 years old, you have certain understanding. You may go and touch a hot plate and then you get burned. You know very well, okay, this is not to be touched. Once you have understood, next time you may not do it. Similarly, our learning, understanding of different topics, different things keep improving, and your free will keep changing in life. It can go the other way around also. Today I'm very calm person. Some incident happened in my life and I lost it totally, and then now I'm very angry. So now point is same. My free will totally changed. Before I was very humanly behavior kind of free will, and now I'm gone totally against.
So true, Gauravji.
But somehow
Very.
I mean, with my understanding and with my experiences, I'm not still convinced that the reason is, let's say I have free will, you take a decision, right? If ultimately whatever is supposed to happen No one knows it. And whatever is supposed to happen will happen only if it's a part of the soul plan. So what I'm saying is, let's say if I want to do something that comes in your mind, right? If you have just given, I'm putting in another context. Let's say we teach here some subject like soul plan or affirmations. Let's take as an example that you were mentioning affirmations. So if you observe the other masters or anyone's life, someone pick up the affirmation, will practice it, will get benefited. Some people will try, we may not fulfill it. Still gathering, I mean, clarifying or not not able to do it. They know that affirmation works well. Or let's say it worked for some time, they did not, after that they left like that. So what I'm saying is, some people got benefited, some people did not, even though they listened, they did not follow it. Some people tried and got partially benefited. This is a common practical thing happen. Let's say, because the same spiritual wisdom, when different wisdoms, we are all there, like previous to PSSM, Patri sir, many gurus are there. Now also there, now we become lot. If this is my observation. But the transformation, if someone, 20 people sitting in a class, will maybe one people will get in-depth subject or something will connected, and that person, that master will go in deep or will get implemented like this, right? But what I'm saying is, all these instances, circumstances, totally understand it's beyond happening as a person, my consciousness. That means it's happening as part of the soul plan. Even though there's a book in front of you, there's information in front of you, but when it's getting sink into my mind, hey, this is the not right thing, this is the right thing, or something like this. As I said, this wisdom is already there, but only some people only I'm applying now, even though I know this is from 20 years. So that means that the time we will call as the time has come and all, or is part of soul plan. So considering all these observations and all, what I'm believing is, somehow I'm not convinced like a free will. This is the only conflict I'm having it, where free will, because ultimately, the soul plan is taking the precedence. It happens even getting an idea we think is a free will, right? Let's say there is meditation happening. I want to go. I will try, but going and trying, getting that thought itself to my mind, right? Even though I'm seeing every day or something like that. That also, if it is there part of your plan only, then I as a human body, I'll consider it, then I'll go and attempt it. That's what I feel.
Okay, so consider, okay, let's go back to the simple example we talked before of free will, okay, which is a student asking the teacher that, okay, same question about free will. So teacher said, okay, just stand on one leg. So the student was standing on left leg. He raised the right because the instruction was stand on one leg. That means you have to raise the other. So he was standing on left, he raised the right. Now the teacher says, okay, now you lift your left. He says, are you kidding me? I've already raised my right. How can I raise my left? So that's when the master says, when I asked you first time, you had a free will. Whether you will raise left or right, your call. Now universe or situation is telling you, raise the left. You cannot because you have already consumed your free will. And that's how situation happens, that based on our free will exercise, the next event gets impacted. This is one way of understanding this process. Second thing on the free will is, if I go 6 years before, I had no idea about pranayama or meditation as I know today, right? So what I'm doing on daily basis is not very different than what I was doing 6 years before. Certain things I did knowingly, certain things I was lazy. Even today, I have certain things I'm doing, without fail, and certain things I'm lazy. But The details have changed. Details have changed that I have understood what are the things I cannot miss. Those things have changed. Before, what I was thinking a must is totally different now. Now I understand, okay, this is the topic, that is the topic, that is forming my free will. One topic cannot explain everything, doesn't matter what. So when I read first time, that's why typically I say that I go over 3 times, because first time you read, I thought, oh, wow, I learned it. Then I went through the workshop. I didn't had any experience in the first one. So that's why I requested another one. But those people who had, they were explaining, and which was very clear to understand the concept. And then you say, okay, this happened because of that happened. Oh, it was my soul plan to do this, and you connect the dot. And then practically when you start working on yourself, only then and then you really understand it well. Then your choices changes. What does it mean my choice have changed? That's my free will. If today I say I have extra 2 hours, what do? I'm researching on certain topics. 6 years before, maybe I would have watched another movie on Netflix or whatever 6 years before, right? Why this change? Why I'm on Gaia and not on some other YouTube or whatever other media? If I have a time, I'm researching on certain things. These topics are giving me more happiness. That, oh wow, nutrition, diet. I have a burning question, what time I should eat fruit? Morning, evening, afternoon, what? What is the best time? Empty stomach, this. And I'm researching. You talk to 10 people, 10 people give different answer. But when I can filter down, I feel happy. 6 years before, my research topic would have been totally different. It was different. And so now my free will is changing as I'm changing. So what was my soul plan? Soul plan is a bigger picture that never changed. You came with it, it will stay the same. How close I will be, that depends on my free will.
Gauraji, what
The
I
whole-
understood is here our wisdom also comes into picture when we act upon our free will, the soul's wisdom. In case if we are in connection with our soul, in whatever way, by being mindful or practicing meditation or whatever it is, I think our higher self guides us as a GPS to make the decisions rightly. That's what I feel. Even it applies to the free will choices as well. As you said, when you change as a person, the free will choices also changes. Not choices, the option you pick may change. So,
Right. But the point is, to come to this level, you have to go over many steps, means journey.
yes,
Wisdom is not something which is constant, it's dynamic, it keeps changing. You
yeah,
are gaining, and hence your choices or your picks will change. That today I pick this, tomorrow I pick this, or whatever.
yes,
So we are exercising free will, Veer, every day. We all are exercising. What choices we are picking today? Is it same as yesterday, last year, 10 years? Someone can say last 10 years I'm same. That means I'm lacking the wisdom part. That means I'm same as 10 years before. Nothing changed in me in terms of my frequency, vibration, or consciousness. That means I'm where I was 10 years. I've not kind of understood how life works, how body function, what is universe, what is soul plan. I had no idea 6 years ago, all these topics. I would have continued, but life gave me a big slap and that changed everything. And obviously, when you get a big slap, means before that you must have got a small slap, before that a pinch. You missed that. Why did I miss? I had no idea that this is how universe talks. We don't teach in high school or any school. We don't teach, we don't discuss. So unless the person is aware that, oh, this is what it means. Universe is screaming, talking to you. We ignore because we don't even know universe is talking. And that's how our choices change. But we all have free will. Every step has free will. We are all in this session, we have free will. How long will be? You can have the camera off, you can do 3 things at the same time. When you do 3 things, we think we are more efficient, but actually you do none of those 3 things efficiently. That's the practical thing. Yes, I also do. I'm not saying-
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please. That's what I'm saying. So it's a very
No,
dynamic thing.
no,
but you have to-
no, I do understand. Thank you for the patient explanation. I think, but what I'm saying is, how free, let's say we are all living the life with the free will only. Whatever you do in a career, whatever you do, forget about this spiritual wisdom or soul plan subject, right? So everyone is doing their life, leading their life after maybe 7 years or 8 years. Once a conscious mind developed, everyone is living either even doing wrong by community, society, right? You are going to you having habits or anything that people are doing a free will. That is the way the life is getting created, right? So
No,
that is
can I interrupt
yeah.
here? Because whatever we are doing is not completely free will. Soul comes into pictures. Our plan comes into picture. Certain incidents trigger us to make some choices. So then, when there are options, what option you are choosing is depending on your free will. But I think soul plan kicks in at all times to put you on your soul plan.
That's what my
Am
point
I
too. That's
right,
what I'm saying.
Gaurav?
Even I also
See,
mentioned the same thing, Umaji.
every
Whatever,
step.
even though yeah.
See,
At a
what happens
peripheral
next in the
level,
process.
go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, not to interrupt, but to clarify both of your points, which are you're not wrong, you're not right. Well, there's no right or wrong. But what happens? Every step comes from soul plan, right? But for every step is attached a free will. That means it gives me option plan A, plan B. Which one you want to pick? Say, okay, I pick A. Fine, you went as per your soul plan. Next moment, next thing comes, and I picked option B, which was against my soul plan. Now I'm deviating. Every step, every day, every moment, when we are taking action, decision, we have 2 options. One is as per soul plan, one is free will. Depending on which one we choose, we can be aligned, which can go away. This is how it happens. Both goes together parallel.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, Gauravji.
I know Shalini ji has a hand raised, but I want to complete here the point, though you have not gone that deep, but I am assuming, but I want to comment on one thing, Veer. We all have certain areas in our life where we feel the word failure, that I'm missing this, or I'm failing here, or I'm not doing good here. And most of us, most of our life are stuck in that. All we need to do when we are reviewing this soul plan, free will, whatever, review the other side of the coin. What are the areas you are really doing well? Right? Career, relationship, spirituality, society, family, neighbor, country. There are so many, it's like a diamond, multifaceted, right? If one face is somehow damaged, that doesn't mean the whole diamond is bad. You have 1,000 faces. Look at 999. You are excellent. But as a human being, we get stuck into that one. Like a big whiteboard, only one black dot. Our attention goes to that black dot only. It's it's blank, it's pure white, but we see only that black dot. So in order to understand and come out of the kind of stuck what we get into soul plan or free will, we just need to see what is really happening good. And then we say, okay, universe is telling me this is good. Okay, this I have to change. It's only 10%, 20%, 30%, which is I'm not kind of aligned, or is it the opposite? That's all.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification, but I still not I will say convinced or not clarified, but I will I'll talk offline with you because it's a depth subject, I know, right? Only one thing before I think the Shalini is waiting. Just one quick thing, I mean, we can discuss offline, but I want to put in this context to be in a practical question. Like in our example, you say 6 years back, you're not like that. There is a big slap to you. That's why now you turn like this. But what my thing is, I'm trying to say is that same big slap is happening for many people, right? But only one person like Gaurav has changed like this, or what, two persons, right? By learning this wisdom. Now that's why you now not wasting time or you're teaching or whatever. So what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. This is not even some people might get an idea through someone say, hey, try this meditation, but Gauri only picked up. Gaurav soul, the name called Gaurav picked up. So what I'm saying is, even the free will, if we think that what we do, so everything is happening as per the soul panel only, you know, the people you
Agreed.
meet, the circumstances, right? So that's what I mean here. So as part of a soul plan, you need to transform, you need to come out of that slap, out of that problem. And also with that, this wisdom, whatever is coming and all, I think this is all part of your soul plan, right? But
Absolutely.
I notice many people like say drink or whatever addicts and all, even the educated people, they know that, but they got already addicted. So they end the life like that. They could not able to come out of that, even though the family told them they have the wisdom. They have the wisdom as well. So what I observing all these practicality in the world, what I notice is ultimately, yes, we need to try with the free will, but ultimately your life experiences, not saying good or bad or anything. These are all coming from mind. The experience is a true experience. So what you call positive, but that will be happening only with as per the soul plan alignment. That's what my observation. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And again, referring to the workshops, even the crimes, whatever the worst crime you can think, right? Which people had gone through in the workshop, they were all explained why this happened to you or why did you do it. So it's not just, as you touched the topic of, say, alcoholic, right? People get alcoholic, they get out of control. There's a reason they planned to come like this.
Yeah, that's I agree with that. No doubt in
There is a
that. I agree with that.
reason if a
Yes,
child decide or the soul decide to come as autism, for example, there is a reason the soul picked
exactly.
that. If somebody has decided that, okay, I have to go through this learning, then whatever is best for that learning, they pick. As a society, we say, oh, good or bad,
Yes.
successful or failure. We decide success and failure based on materialistic things, but for soul, it's just an experience.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
puzzle is between human body and the soul. Soul says, it doesn't matter to me. Human body and the society says, no, 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 this is only what matters. Forget everything else. And that's where the
Yeah.
balancing is. But yeah, we'll
Agree.
talk. We'll be meeting
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. I think someone is waiting, Sheetal.
And I think Shalini ji is waiting.
Hi,
You can
Shalini
take
ji.
that as the last.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Gauravji and Umaji. So, Gauravji, I am thinking, for example, like this between soul plan and free will. How do we know, like some decisions, what we have taken in life, how do we know whether it was part of a free will? I took those decisions, or whether it was my soul plan. For example, if I decided to move to US 20 years back, was that part of my soul plan or was that my free will? Just an example.
Start and we'll go then.
Yes.
Please.
Hello, everyone. This is Uma Salati, welcoming you all to PMC New York. Today, we are going to have the final and practical session of
Umaji, I
Soul
think
Plan.
this playback has
You
started.
might have been attending the last few sessions of
Umaji, I
Soul
think you're playing
Plan
some recording.
presented by Gaurav Paliwal.
Someone is playing the recording.
This session is very important because we are going to apply whatever we have already learned. I'm welcoming Gaurav ji to take over. Sorry, the same session that was on YouTube started playing. I think I might have clicked unexpectedly something.
Okay,
Sorry about
perfect.
it.
So, Shalini ji, coming back to your question about moving, whether it was a free will or whether it was soul plan, I would only suggest one thing. Don't worry too much about it, right? Once you start understanding,
Something
accepting,
stuck.
and then following.
Are
Yes,
you
if you are
speaking,
decoding,
Gauruji?
then it
I
may
think
matter,
your voice is not coming.
right? Whether it
Mute.
is this or that. But
I'm not
Gauruji.
one
hearing.
way
Can't hear you.
to really understand our action,
Okay, thanks.
right? For our actions, if it is positive, elevated emotion related, means true love, oneness, that means it is taking you in the higher frequency zone. If anything is coming out of fear, jealousy, greed, all those factors, it is taking to you on a lower frequency zone. Now, soul may want to experience both. So sometimes it gets tricky. So again, if we get into the maturity of soul, baby soul, infant soul, they may not come into meditative world. They are not ready for it. So what I'm trying to say here is there are multiple factors on which the end result decide. That's why we should not jump into any conclusion. But the more you understand, then you will have better idea. Otherwise, it gets overwhelming. So when you're starting, just start from one end, understand the theory, implement something on yourself. Only then you will have a much better clarity. But again, the example of fact, the vectors I was saying, different forces acting in different direction, that's what happens. That is where the result of free will or result wherever you will end up depends on. Just stay
Okay.
with the positive elevated emotion. Think what universe is trying to teach you and then try to go along with it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gauruji.
Very welcome. So, masters, I hope it helped you all. If not today, at least you may go through recording, you may go through the notes, whatever you may have. Try it and spend some time on yourself. I'm sure you will find some value and some more clarity on this.
Thank you, Gauruji.
Thank you so much, Gaurav.
Very welcome.
Thank you
Thanks again.
for
Thanks, everyone.
everyone attending this session. One practical thing what we can do is when we meet in our Zoom meetings regularly, we can again discuss this and also start applying these questions like, whatever we learned in today's session. It takes time, not a single day, like, not in one day. We have to have time and observation in our lives to understand what's happening and where we are stuck and what are our judgments or biases, if we have any. So, and also we can take one another's help. So start applying these questions to your life so that, we have some clarity. Thank you,
I just
Gauruji.
want to-
and thanks, everyone.
I just want to add an easy tip to even applying this subject. So nothing like I think before this session started, we were discussing about the experiment. The simplest experiment, experiment is a big word, but simplest experiment, all we can do is keep in mind the soul plan every day. Whatever happens in life, like people, family, or by outside, anything, be aware of the soul plan and accept it as it is. That itself is a great, I believe, practice and experiment. So then you will get a lot of wisdom automatically. You may initially you may not accept it, or then your humanly calls will come. Then you will evolve from there. Very simplest step. So see everything, whatever happens, especially what you think as the opposite things, like negative things or whatever you feel that should not. you're not expected things, right? So those things, just accept as it is. That's the easy way. Thank you.
Thank you. Shalini ji, you raised your hand again.
Yeah. I just have a quick question. It just popped up. I thought I'll ask before we leave. So, Gauravji, we were talking about that when life gives you a slap, then we learn from that, and then we like pivot, and we fix our path. How do we find out what universe is trying to teach us when we get a slap?
See, and that's where you'll have to do the exercise, like, is it increasing intensity? Is it just the first slap in the sense, then it could be coincident. We don't worry about random events, but anytime you see a pattern, certainly you have to pay attention. And whenever there is a pattern and increasing intensity, that is the most important. It's kind of, you are on a lifeline now, that, better fix before it gets too critical.
Okay. Yeah.
So don't worry about day-to-day random things, but if there is a pattern, please act on it.
Okay.
Shalini ji, I have an example. Now I'm going to just end the live session. Stay online, and then we can discuss a bit more.
Yeah, sure, definitely. That'll be great. Thank you. Thank you, Gauravji.
Very
Thank you.
welcome.
So to do this, I think